time. I am here. As always, please download the Haps app, subscribe to get notified when I go live on my streams, and support me. Help me out. Help out the Haps platform. All of these things are good ideas that you should be doing. Anyhow, wow, we had ourselves a heck of a football game tonight. Terrible bad beat for anyone who had the Cleveland Browns +3, which I am a part of that, so that sucked for me. But I also made a very stupid bet on Nick Chubb getting 2 or more touchdowns, and that was 5-1 on that wager. So I'm a winner. I'm a winner on the night for that. So I'll take it. Although I really do wish the Browns had not committed that lateral at the end of the game, or that safety at the end of the game via all of those laterals, and cost me the other $50 that I had wagered. That was hilarious. As soon as I started throwing the laterals, I'm like, oh no, this is a safety waiting to happen, or the Ravens are going to grab this ball and run it in. I could see it coming. I could see it coming, and then it happened, and I was like, damn it, I knew it. But that's what happens. When the Browns scored with 1:04 left, I was just like, they left too much time on the clock. That was just, given how their defense had been performing against Lamar the whole night, it was doom. It was doom, and it was predictable. And what can you do? But I mean, you got to score. You can't sit there and try to milk the clock and massage things to have everything work out perfect. Got to take the points when you can get them. So yeah, it all worked out. I mean, it all happened the way it did. Ravens win. Browns were mad at their kicker because he cost them 4 points, which very much could have decided that game. That's football. It's why we watch it. It's why we enjoy it. So it was a great game. It was a lot of excitement, a lot of fun, profitable for me. If you're a Ravens bettor, oh man, that's a win you're not going to be proud of, but you are going to take the money. That's how that works. But beyond all that, it was a good game, and we had more news today. Oh man, did we have news? So the Electoral College voted. Joe Biden is once again totally going to be your president on January 20th, 2021. That fact, which has been confirmed 100 times previously, has been confirmed yet again. We even had Republican senators acknowledging begrudgingly that this is the case. Joe Biden, the president-elect of the United States. I know QAnon and all these other people love putting president-elect in their screen name and pretending like it doesn't exist and it's not a real thing and he's not really the president-elect and blah, blah, blah. Well, now the government has an opinion on that matter, and that opinion is that Joe Biden is the president-elect. The Electoral College has voted for him. He got all 306 electoral votes that he was supposed to get. He did not have any faithless electors, which means that technically Joe Biden won more electoral votes when he won the presidency in 2020 than Donald Trump did when he won the presidency in 2016, because 2 faithless electors did not vote for Donald Trump. So he actually ended up getting 304 electoral votes. So that has happened. QAnon is taking it with all the grace and dignity they usually have, where they're now promising that on the 18th, the bad guys will all be arrested and executed at Gitmo. If that doesn't happen, then on January 6th, something will happen. QAnon has this belief that you can, I am back. We are. Am I here? Yeah, I'm still here. And that got Mark Goodman to say hi to me. Thank you. Hello for Los Angeles, and thank you for the 50 cents. Much appreciated. Trying to make money, as it were, because I'm not working this week, or not working until late in the week. The old COVID shutdown hitting again. I went to the mall today, and a month ago, you were allowed to eat in the food court. Now, not so much. We're going backwards. We are getting worse. It is not good. It's funny that we have like more darkness right now when it comes to COVID, yet at the same time, there's the light at the end of the tunnel that is reassuring and gives hope in these times that within the next year, we will have some semblance of normalcy, that we will have the vaccine and everyone will take it, except for the QAnon lunatics who will find out that they are ostracized by polite society because people are not going to want you to congregate with you if you have not had the vaccine. That is the nature of things. So, tough break, QAnon. Get with the program. Get the shot. But Biden winning, the moving of the goalposts, all of that good stuff. It's par for the course of QAnon. What is not par for the course of QAnon is a crazy person talking about their love connection gone terribly wrong and needing a vision from God to make them feel better about their lives. So there's this guy. His name is War Clandestine. He is a popular man in the sense that he has over 20,000 followers on Twitter. His avatar is a bald dude with a kind of scowly face and a beard. So he's me with a better jawline and slightly less hair. And both up top and bottom. My beard is incredibly bushy. That's why my little neck sleeve here is all poofy in the face region. But this man, Mr. War Clandestine, decided to tell us a story of an event that, let's just say, did not happen. So, we begin. I went into the girl I've been seeing. I met her from a dating app due to the fact that bars are shut down and it is hard to meet people. She's on top of me. She stops kissing me, looks me in the eyes and asks, "You didn't vote for Trump, did you?" Now, I want you to imagine this. Where was this date held if this guy is having such a tough time meeting in public? So he's telling me, and he's telling you, and he's telling his readers on Twitter, he'd been seeing this girl. Now, I take the term seeing this girl meaning that they'd had a few dates previously. He could mean seeing this girl as in he was texting her through the dating app a bunch or whatever. But they were meeting in a location such that they were able to be intimate. So very clearly, this is kind of, I would say, like a very forward kind of date. This is a date where the expectation is that it's going to be Netflix and chill, as it were. So it is really interesting to me that this woman did not ask this guy who literally is all about his Twitter feed. You don't get 20,000 followers on Twitter and like 600 odd likes on your posts if you're not putting your back into it. So this guy is obviously a hardcore Trumper and also a hardcore QAnon guy. And somehow he never brought Trump up. He never brought up QAnon in all of the conversations these two people have been having up to this point. And she never asked. But only in the throes of heated passion did she think to herself and say, wait a minute, am I in bed with a Trump supporter? Oh, man, I need to rethink this. This may have been a mistake. I mean, I don't know. Maybe before you take your pants off, you say, hey, FYI, before I get naked here, did you vote for Trump? I just want to make sure that I know it's very unlikely because this is Washington, D.C., which voted for Biden like over 90%. Are you one of the small minority of Trump supporters in this area of the world? Because if you are, I'm putting my pants back on. This goes no further. But this dude apparently charmed this lady such that he got her in bed, and then mid-act, she's like, "Oh wait, hold up. Do you support Donald Trump?" So all of this is so not believable. This is such a cartoon setup to a story. I mean, seriously. You're a QAnon supporter. Your dating profile has where we go all in it. I'm willing to bet money on that. You're not shy. And if you were shy about this, oh no, wait 1 second. Oh God, my eyeballs, my eyes. This is why you let the FBI work on your getup. You don't do your getup yourself because it leads to disasters like that. But anyways, you got this woman who is willing to have sex with a guy up until the moment he's a Trump supporter. You have a QAnon supporter who somehow kept that on the down low up until that moment. And then when asked in that moment if he was a Trump supporter, he's just like, yeah. He just ruins the mood. He just kills it. He doesn't just, say, no, of course I didn't vote for him. And then, like, finish having sex with her and then be like, okay, now I'm going to leave because, whatever. I'm not going to lie to you further, but I'm not thinking that in that moment that you're very likely to be like, nope, you don't want to sleep with a Trump supporter? Well, I'm a man of such incredible resolve and will. I will just end our relationship mid-act, get dressed, and leave. And that's what happens. He says, I stared back at her for a brief moment, politely peeled her off of me, then without a word began putting on my clothes and my shoes. She is frantically asking where I am going as I take the rest of the bottle of Syrah to the face. I said, I can't see you anymore, and drink. So he gets drunk and starts driving. Which is, I guess, par for the course for QAnon. On the journey home, I take the most beautiful road in the country, George Washington Memorial Parkway, right on the bank of the Potomac. For those familiar, there are many scenic overlooks on this road. I had an insatiable desire to stop and enjoy the brisk December evening. So our hero, fresh from coitus interruptus, and getting drunk, because how dare this lib woman deny him release, even though, again, it was he who stopped things in that moment, because he's an incredible weirdo. He's now touring. There's my pink phone case. The aggressive doxing of poker continues. If you find the fat guy in the Patriot jersey with the pink phone, you've got him. You know the truth. But anyways, he then says, as I sit on the stone wall overlooking the river, frogs croaking. Got to get the Pepe reference in there for his 4chan bros. Washington Monument peering over the trees in the distance, which QAnon hates. It's like a monolith, and they don't like monoliths. They don't like pyramids. Everything about the Washington Monument is bad. So the fact that this guy's looking at this is kind of like a heresy. I gazed at the Washington... I became overwhelmed with emotion. I gazed at Washington's monument while I stood at the road, or sat at his road, overlooking his city. I don't think Washington would agree with any of that. I think Washington was very much about this being America's city, and the fact that all this stuff was kind of named for him. He was an incredibly humble man who didn't want to be in public life, really, but it was thrust upon him, as it were. That's why he only served 2 terms. He wanted to get out. He was done. Eyes glossy, I contemplate the state of this country. How in God's name did we reach this point? What would Washington think? I look to the skies for answers, for a sign, something. Lo and behold, the biggest shooting star I've ever seen slices through the midnight sky. So, he said this was last night. So this was 5 hours ago. So if you're in the Washington, D.C. area, I want you to tell me if there was a shooting star last night that was incredibly visible that like you would have noticed, and it would have happened around midnight. So I'm going to have you find folks on the Haps and the Twittertrons and everywhere else do my research for me because I am deeply lazy, and let me know about this shooting star this man saw. I am not a religious man, but this is the closest I've ever felt to God. So I gave prayer a chance for the first time since I was a child. I asked God, what is it that I am expected to do? My business is crippled. My people are persecuted. My country is tainted with corruption. My God. Who are his people that are persecuted? He's a white dude. He's a non-religious white guy. Who in that group suffers persecution? Unless he was an angry and avowed atheist, he's a very popular group. These people aren't persecuted. He doesn't face any controversy or scrutiny or scorn. He's playing life on easy mode. You know how I know? Because I'm playing life on easy mode. Being a white dude is awesome. You just get to do whatever you want. It's ridiculous. Oh, the persecution complex of these people is legion. It's ridiculous. So, and maybe his business is hurting due to the lockdown, but that would be because his president is an incompetent moron who couldn't handle COVID. If we had a working government, things would be good. We'd be normal. It would be fine, but we don't. So we're stuck with what we have. As a man who swore an oath to defend the Constitution from all threats, foreign and domestic, they love screaming and yelling like that. They love letting us know that they took an oath and they're heroes. Maybe he served in the military. Maybe he's a digital soldier. Who knows? But yeah, again, the threat to the Constitution is the guy who's trying to overturn the results of a free and fair election. That's the threat, buddy. It's the call is coming from inside the House. How am I expected to sit idly by and watch darkness descend over the greatest nation in the world's ever known, my country? And in that moment, I was given the gift of sight, of vision. I love this. I love how pretentious this is. I love how melodramatic and overwrought all of this is. This guy starts his night meeting some hot chick, getting her into bed. Then his principles, his dignity, his morality prevents him from staying with her because his love of America and Donald Trump is too strong. So he removes that succubus from his body as much as he would love to indulge in the pleasures of the flesh. Our noble, our pure, our pious hero denies himself this and then walks around and goes to the Washington Monument, which is bad, but right now it's good because we don't really keep the things consistent in QAnon. The storytelling is, disjointed would be a good way to describe it. And now a man who is not spiritual, doesn't pray, doesn't believe in these things, he's literally had a shooting star vindicate him. And then he prayed to God and got a vision. I mean, this is the protagonist of an anime level nonsense. This is so ridiculous. In order to vanquish the evil that lurks in the shadows, we must bring it into the light. Simply eliminating a formless entity without the people knowing they existed does not protect the future from the same fate. Illumination is the only way. Rather apropos, eh? This is a reference to the Illuminati, which is what these people believe in and think is real when it is not. It is a joke, and they are sad people for believing in it. And how is corruption being exposed by having Biden win the election, get certified by the Electoral College, and all the rest of it? Couldn't Trump just have won the election and exposed all the corruption that way? Why this Rube Goldbergian contraption? Why this song and dance? They never explain it. They never explain why it's so hard to just win. Just win. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do all this dog and pony show stuff. Let's just get to the point when Trump's the president and everyone knows he's the president. Essentially, I was told this is not over. Just as I was meant to see something as I peered into the DC sky, the world is meant to see something to safeguard the future from making the same mistakes of the past. Only at the precipice do people find the will change. He misses the word to, doesn't find the will to change. This is a Q quote. So, this is a dumb thing that is one of Q's ways of explaining why nothing has ever happened and why we have to wait in perpetuity for something to happen, because he doesn't want to ever have to be pressed on these things. And Q drop 4685, only at the precipice will people find the will, strength to change and break the system of control, be free. Only then at the precipice will people find the will to change, to participate. So this is just a mantra of Q's. But this is the thing, is that the precipice has to be something that people understand, that people know, that people accept. Like, if you are on the edge of a cliff, you understand the danger, you understand the threat. But how are we on that cliff any more now than when we were on election day? Because, again, to the average jamoke, the average schmo who's not following Twitter, who's not living and dying by watching CNN and MSNBC and Fox News, for the people that forgot about the election after it was called on Saturday or Sunday, whatever weekend day it was, for Biden, and Biden and Kamala Harris gave their victory speeches, that was it. That was the moment when everyone was watching this stuff and paying attention to it. The precipice has come and gone. I mean, we were already on the edge of the cliff. All we've been doing since then is falling off the cliff. And if you're telling me that people are going to change their minds after they hit the ground, yeah, they would like to do that, but it's too late. You've already fallen off the cliff. You don't get a mulligan at this point. You've already passed the precipice. So the idea that there's going to be this Deus Ex Machina, that there's going to be this payoff that's going to save America, and that Americans are clamoring for it. The idea that right now that people are having their eyes open to the corruption of the impending Biden administration in record numbers. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that Joe Biden's about to be president. Oh, if only there was some way to stop it. No one's saying that. No one cares. People have accepted Biden's going to be their president, and that Trump should shut up and get ready to leave. That's what the public actually believes. That's what they think. They don't care about any of this. Republicans are going to whine that the election was stolen, but that's Republicans. Whatever. They can pound sand. This thing is done. It's yesterday's news. But again, our hero, he knows better. So, moving on, as it were. I do not know what will happen. I do not know what Trump plans to do. However, I do know on January 20th, Trump will remain in office until noon. At noon, he will no longer be in office. In due time, all of us will see what we are meant to see. The darkness will be brought to light into the light, and in the end, God wins. It's just so comical. It's so hilarious. And the best part about that for War Clandestine is the end, where he hides the payoff. Because the best way to do this for the QAnon folks is to just push everything back to January 20th and refuse to acknowledge anything before that. Just be like, January 20th, all that matters. And I'm just going to wait for January 20th, and then we're going to do that. And then my phone's going to beep because I'm unprofessional. I didn't turn it off before I started streaming. And that's where we are. I mean, and you're going to hear the screaming and yelling about on the 18th, they're going to arrest everybody. Then you're going to hear about on the 6th that Mike Pence can declare himself vice president for life, and he can declare Donald Trump vice president for life, and all that good stuff. But none of it's true. It's all a joke. They're lying. So, nuts to all that is what I say. So that's tonight's little streamy-deemy, as it were. I'll try to be back tomorrow night to celebrate more about Biden's win and more dumb QAnon stuff. Come on at a more reasonable time in the middle of the day so I can get more engagement in the chat box, as it were. Thanks, everyone, for listening, and I will catch you later.